Scary Mafia. Jungkook was sitting in his car and his phone rang and he picks up the call. On call. Ryan, hey John, how could you do this to me? Why did you leave without meeting me? She said as soon as he picked up the call. Jungkook, Ryan, actually, while saying as he looked up, he saw Hyun was looking at him. Jungkook, what happened? Jungkook said, and Hyun quickly took out a spray and sprayed it on Jungkook's face. Jungkook, hey, what are you doing? Stop it. Which made him fainted. Ryan, Jeon, what happened? Jeon, are you listening to me? Jeon, call, end. Ryan thought, what happened with him? And then she remembered that person's words, man words. I want to meet him. Take him to my place. Then she saw that that person was leaving. She followed him, and as soon as he got into the car, she hid in the trunk of his car and she sent her live location to Taehyung and texted him, Tae, help me. But he did not see her message because he was busy finding out whether Jungkook was telling the truth, that he is his brother or not. After some time, the car stopped and Ryan followed the person secretly and entered into a ruined building. She hid behind a pole as soon as she saw a few men standing with guns, and there was a guy tied to a chair. His face was bent down due to unconsciousness. That's why she could not able to see him. And when that man went to him, he threw water on his face. Because of that, he regained consciousness. While Jeon was muted as soon as she saw his face. Jungkook, JK. Jungkook said while looking at the person, and he punched on Jungkook's face, and JK said, JK, yes, I'm back after suffering 10 years in prison because of you. But it looks like you are having a lot of fun by using my name. Jungkook, I have not used your name. I have made my own name. That JK is me, by whom everyone afraid of me, not you. While JK, that means the young was right. She muttered. JK, it does not matter because I'm the real JK, the Jeon Kai. Jungkook, you are the JK whom only Taekook people know. But I am the JK whom the whole of Korea know. JK, if you did not take my place, why did you send me to jail? Jungkook, because you made mistake. You made the mistake of killing a family that was very close to me. JK, oh, you mean that Nam's family? I have come to know that you have found his daughter and you are living with her these days. Ryan thought, are they talking about me? Jungkook, how do you know that? Jungkook asked JK, because I have more power and connections than you can imagine. Jungkook sighed on his words and said, Jungkook, if you really thought you had more power, you would never keep me tight like that. You have so many men. Besides that, tying me up like that means you are scared of me. As Jungkook said this, his words hurt JK ego, and he told his men to untie Jungkook and stood away from him and said, JK, now touch me if you have the guts. As JK said, Jungkook moved towards him. As soon as he steps towards JK, his men start attacking on him, and one by one Jungkook starts beating them. And Vian was shocked to see him. She could not believe her eyes. And after beating up all of JK's men, Jungkook was about to catch him when Hyun grabbed him from behind and pointed a gun at his head. Jungkook, leave me, you dash! Jungkook shouted while trying to free himself. Hyun, don't move, otherwise I'll shoot you. JK, do you like my surprise? I hope he has taken care of you a lot in my absence. Jungkook, so it was you who was giving him all my news? Jungkook said to Hyun. Vian was watching everything when a notification came on her phone and a photo popped up with the message. He was the person in that video. As she saw the photo, she thought while looking the JK. Vian thought, he is the same person. He is the real JK who killed my parents. She got scared, because of which her phone fell from her hand, and because of the silence, JK heard the sound of the phone falling, and while walking towards the pillar, he asked JK, who is there? She got more scared and sat down at the same place. As soon as Jungkook felt that Hyun's grip is loosening, he hit his elbow hard on Hyun's ribs and freed himself, and then he took out his gun and shoot him. Then Jungkook was about to shoot JK when JK fired at him and the bullet hit Jungkook's hand. Bayan got more scared by the sound of gunshots, but then, while controlling herself, she thinks. Bayan thought, no, not anymore. I won't be afraid anymore. Today this person is the front of me who killed my parents, and I will not leave him now. And she saw a gun beside her. She picked it up and pointed it on JK's head. Ryan, you trash killer! She shouted and fired at him. The bullet hit him in the middle of the head, and he did at the same time. Ryan fainted as soon as she shot. Jungkook went to her and tried to wake her up, but she did not come to her senses. He picks her up and decided to go to the hospital. Other side. Taehyung, no, it's not possible. He is not my brother. No. But it does not matter to me because he's a gangster now who killed many people and he deserves his punishment. And where is this soldier? It has been more than 4 hours, but he has not come yet. While saying, he picks up his phone to call Surgeon and he saw a message from Ryan. Taehyung, what the hell is this? Where is she? He quickly went in the car and followed the location on the other side. Jungkook went to the hospital with Ryan. He called the doctor. Jungkook, doctor, please check her. A doctor quickly went to her. Doctor, Ryan, while looking at her, doctor said. Then he asked Jungkook, doctor, what happened with her? Jungkook, she just fainted because of her phobia. Then the doctor shifts her to the room and treats her, and the other doctor treats Jungkook. Within some time, Taehyung went to the location. He secretly went inside and saw lots of dead bodies there. Taehyung, what the hell is this? Where is Ryan? He looks here and there. Taehyung, Ryan, where are you? He called her by her name but did not get any response. Then he took out his phone and tried to call her, but her phone was on silent, so he was not able to hear the sound. He started looking for her here and there and he found her phone falling on the floor. Taehyung, so the location is right, but where is she now? After treating Ryan, that doctor said, doctor, don't worry, she will come in her senses soon. Then he asked Jungkook, doctor, what's your relation with her? Jungkook, she is my girlfriend. Doctor, and your name? Jungkook, Jeon. Doctor, okay. Doctor said and went out of the room. Then he calls someone on call. Doctor, hello Taehyung, where are you? Taehyung, I'm a little busy right now. Doctor, do you know that Ryan is hospitalized? Taehyung, why? What happened with her? Doctor, she fainted because of her phobia. Her boyfriend brought her there. Taehyung, her boyfriend? Doctor, he said his name is Jeon. Taehyung, oh, thank you, bro. I'm just coming right now. Call end. As soon as he cut the call, he went to his car. Then his phone rang again. He picks up the call. On call. Surgeon, I'm in Daegu. Where are you? Taehyung, just come to the Dash hospital with the police. The JK is there. Surgeon, okay. Call end. And he went towards the hospital. As Vian opened her eyes, Jungkook hugged her while asking, Jungkook, are you okay? But she pushed him away while saying, Vian, stay away from me. Jungkook, Vian, what happened? Vian, you are asking me what happened? How could you lie to me? Jungkook, because I don't want to lose you. Vian, and do you think I'll believe you now? Jungkook, Vian, please try to understand me. Vian, I don't want to talk to you. Just leave me alone. Jungkook, but Vian, while cutting him in the middle, she said, Vian, you know what? You rest here. I'm going. She left, and while following her, Jungkook went out of the room, and while holding her hand, he said, Jungkook, Vian, please listen to me at once. She jerked his hand and said, Vian, I don't want to talk to you. Or I say Cheke. After completing her words, as she turned around, she saw Taehyung was standing there. She ran towards him and hugged him while crying. Vian, I'm sorry, Tai. I did not believe you. Taehyung, it's okay, Vian. Taehyung said. Then he went to Jungkook and said, Taehyung, are you happy now? Because she's crying. Because of you? Jungkook, not because of me. Because of you. All this happened because you brought her Daigo. Taehyung, no, not because of me. It's because you came into our life. Jungkook, don't you think you are talking too much? Jungkook said while taking out his gun as Vian saw a gun in his hand. She quickly went there and while holding Taehyung's hand, she said, Vian, Tae, just let's go from here. Taehyung just hummed in response and they started walking towards the car. While looking at her going, Jungkook said, Jungkook, remember one thing before leaving. If you leave me, I will leave this world. But she fully ignores his words. Jungkook, Vian, I'm not lying this time. Jungkook said, and then he points his gun on his head and said, Jungkook, Vian, I'll just count to three, and if you don't come here, I'll shoot myself. And his words made her stop at her place, but after a second, she starts walking again. Three, and she stopped at the same place. Two, one, and as soon as he fired, she raised his hand to the sky and she slapped him. Why? Are you stupid or what? Every time you just think about yourself. But what about me? Do you even think if something happened to you, then what would happen to me? You are so selfish. While shouting at time, she started crying and he hugged her while saying, I'm sorry. And at the same time, Sojun went there with the police. Sojun, arrest him. He is the real JK. While pointing at Jungkook, Sojun said to the officer. Then the officer went to the Jungkook, handcuffed him. Ryan, hey, what are you doing? Leave him. Ryan said, but officer took him and made him sit in the car. Ryan went to Taehyung and said, Ryan, please do something. Please, please save him. Please. Then officer came to Taehyung and Sojun and said, Officer, you have to come with us. Taehyung, you go with them. I'm coming in my car. Sojun, okay, Sojun said, and they left. Ryan, Taehyung, why are you doing this? Please save him. Taehyung, firstly sit in the car. Taehyung said, and they went in and Taehyung started driving. Ryan, Taehyung, please save him. You know once he goes to prison, no one can get him out. So please do something. Taehyung, but Ryan, while cutting him in the middle, she said, Ryan, I can do whatever you want, just save him. I'll marry you if you want, but please. Taehyung, okay, relax. He said, then he called Sojun on call. Sojun, Sojun Hyung in question tone. Taehyung, don't show them any proof until I come. Sojun, why? Taehyung, just do as I said. Sojun, okay. Call and Taehyung, oh yeah, I have your phone. He said and gave her phone, then asked Taehyung, why? What happened at the place? She told him everything. Taehyung, that's mean you killed him. Taehyung said because of the shock. Ryan, I don't know what happened with me that time. I just shoot him. Taehyung, it's okay. Don't worry. After some times, he stops the car. Ryan, why we came here? Taehyung just came inside. Taehyung said, and they went inside. Taehyung, what was the gun you killed him with? Ryan, that one, she said while pointing at the gun. Taehyung picked up that gun and said, Taehyung, no, let's go. And when they were going out, Taehyung, do not share with anyone what was happened here, okay? And she just hummed in response. After some time, they reached at the police station. Sojun, what took you so long? Taehyung, I was looking into something. Sojun, and What is that? Taehyung, that he's not a real JK. Officer, what you mean? Taehyung, sorry officers, it's our mistake. Sojourn, what are you talking about? Taehyung, I'll tell you everything later. Taehyung whispered back. Officer, Mr. Taehyung, can you explain to me what is going on here? Taehyung, actually officer, our company was looking for two people. One was JK and the other was my brother. And the mistake happened that one of my employee put his photo in JK's profile. But Taehyung took Ryan's phone and showed the picture of JK to the officer and said, Taehyung, he is the real JK. He was in prison for a long time. And behind him here, one of his men was doing all the wrong things for him. Then he showed Hyun's picture to the officer on his phone and said, Taehyung, he's Hyun, JK's right hand, who was doing all this here, officer. And now where are they? Taehyung, my job is to give you their faces. It's your job to find them. Officer, okay, we will find them. Taehyung, so can I take my brother now? Officer, yeah, sure. Taehyung, let's go. Taehyung said to Jungkook and they went out of the police station. Surgeon, why did you do this? Why did you save him? Taehyung, because of her, while pointing at Ryan. Surgeon, and you said he's your brother. What about that? Taehyung, yes, he is, but it does not matter to me. Surgeon, I can't understand. What are you talking about? I'm going. Surgeon said and left. Taehyung, and you have to promise me something too. Taehyung said while looking at Jungkook. Jungkook, and what is it? Taehyung, that you will never make her cry. And if you do, remember that I still have all the evidence against you. Jungkook, you don't worry about it. Taehyung, shall we go home now? I know mom and dad will be happy to see you. After some time, they reached at home, and first Ryan went in. Ryan, uncle, auntie, I want to talk to you about something. Mrs. Kim, yeah, say, Ryan, actually, I can't marry your son Taehyung. Mrs. Kim, but why? Ryan, because I want to marry your second son Jungkook. And her words made them shocked. Mr. Kim, Ryan, are you senses? Do you even know what you are talking about? Ryan, yes, uncle, I know, and I want to tell you that Jungkook is alive and he is here. Mrs. Kim, Jungkook, where is he? Ryan, tell me. Jungkook, I'm here, mom. While coming inside, Jungkook said as soon as he went to her, she hugged him tightly and started crying. Ryan and Jungkook get married and she rejoined her office again. And Jungkook also joined the Vines office while Taehyung marries Mr. Kim with his friend's daughter, and he is very happy with her now. Happy ending.